Hey guys, it's 2Pro for You Games, or Adam, and welcome back to another top 5. And in today's top 5, I'm going to be going over the top 5 things you may not know about Call of Duty Zombies. And I've got to say, before looking into all this stuff, there's a lot of things on this list that I personally did not know about. So on this list, we're going to be going over some things, some pretty big things that a lot of you may not know about zombies. So coming in at number 5, I have a little basic, this is a bit of a teaser for the rest of the list, but this is just a little basic thing. The Sliquifier has splash damage. I did not know that. I never knew that the Sliquifier has splash damage. So apparently when you have the Sliquifier and you shoot the ground or something, it actually does damage. Like the splash, it actually damages the zombies. Not just that initial goo that lands on them, but just the shot hitting the ground does damage to zombies around it. Now, it's a pretty small radius, but it does have splash damage. And what I mean by splash damage, like the ray gun. When you have the ray gun, you shoot the floor, it does so much splash damage. Or same with a rocket launcher. When you shoot the floor, it explodes. It has splash damage. And I really did not know that the Sliquifier did splash damage. So coming in at number 4 on my list, I have a little interesting fact about Verrückt. And zombies on Verrückt, the sprinters on Verrückt, actually run the fastest in all of the zombies. Out of all of Call of Duty zombies, like actual zombies, not like bosses, they run the fastest. And I didn't know that. On the World at War version of the Verrückt, not Black Ops 1, World at War version of Verrückt, there are some zombies that run just normally, and then there are some zombies that just goes balls to the walls and they fly at you, and they actually run faster than any other zombie. And here's another interesting fact: if you have an LMG on Verrückt on World at War, the zombies will actually run faster than you. That is absolutely crazy. Having a zombie run faster than you, and zombies just, it sounds like it just doesn't work, but apparently on, not apparently, it's actually true, they actually run faster than you if you have an LMG. So if you're playing World at War and you're playing Verrückt, don't use an LMG. So coming in at number 3 on my list, I have an interesting fact about Toten and the ray gun. So we can argue that the ray gun is probably the best weapon on Toten, but there's one thing you may not know about it. The ray gun will actually one-hit you if you damage yourself with it on Toten. Isn't that crazy? I never knew that. Now, I probably have killed myself with it many times, but I never knew that it was actually a one-shot and you're dead. That is absolutely insane. So here you're running around and you accidentally shoot like a pillar in front of you, or you're too close to a barrier and you shoot the barrier and it kills you. Now that I'm actually thinking about it, yeah, the ray guns killed me so many times on Toten one shot. It's just unbelievable to think that they would make it that it would one-shot you. I don't think a gun should be able to one-shot you. That's just absolutely crazy. So coming in at number 2, I'm gonna be dropping a bombshell on you guys, because a lot of you, and I mean a lot of you, probably don't know about this. Toten in Black Ops 1 Zombies was actually supposed to be a World at War DLC. So I don't know exactly what was going on. Maybe they didn't have time to release a 4th DLC, but that is exactly why. I was always wondering, why does Toten have Nazi flags everywhere? That's just like, in World at War it was Nazi zombies. In Black Ops 1 they really stayed away from the whole Nazi thing, and Toten was the only map that had anything to do with Nazi stuff, and there were Nazi flags everywhere. And then, you know what? Actually, the Smith Plays told me this a long time ago, that it was actually supposed to be a World at War DLC, and then it clicked. It's like, oh my gosh, completely, look at all the Nazi stuff. This shouldn't be in Black Ops 1. This should have been a World at War DLC. And you know what? That's pretty awesome, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad that they released it with Black Ops 1, and that's why they had 2 zombie maps at the beginning, because they couldn't get that one out for World at War, so we'll say, okay, whatever, we'll just put 2 zombie maps with the original disc. So coming in at number 1 on my list, this one right here it's pretty big. Some of you may know about this, but I'm sure that there's a lot of you that may not know about this, and it is that zombies almost didn't make it into World at War. Now, for those of you that don't know, Call of Duty World at War, or Call of Duty 5, was the first Call of Duty to feature zombies, or at the time, Nazi zombies. And originally, it wasn't really, it was kind of something that just randomly happened. A couple of guys at Treyarch decided to start working on this random project that turned out to be zombies, and when they were working on it, they showed it to, I think, Mark Lamia, who is the head at Treyarch. They showed it to Activision, and the people at Activision didn't really like it too much, like focus on the actual game being campaign and multiplayer, forget about zombies. And Mark Lamia is like, no, you know what, guys, we're gonna kind of start working on this. We can't work on it too much, but we're gonna work on it as much as we can. And once it was kind of finished and polished up, they showed it to Activision again. They absolutely loved it, and it was put into World at War, but it was almost not, because Activision wanted Treyarch to focus on campaign and multiplayer. So that one right there is a pretty big one. Imagine if we didn't have zombies, we would have Activision to blame. Damn it, Activision, what are you doing? Anyways, guys, that is all for now. I hope you enjoyed this top 5. It was a bit of a different top 5, and like always, in the comment section below, give me some top 5 ideas. As you can see, I'm running a little bit dry. I'd love some more top 5 ideas. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.